Morning guys, how you going? What a dreadful day. Well, we're not going to do much today. So, guess what? I think I might try and do a bit of a movie with some cooking. Starting with breakfast. I can hear the bacon popping there, you just saw me turn it. Better crack some eggs. Just put yours up there. Yeah, pretty cold here in Victoria at the moment. So, we might have a bit of a play today. Starting off with some egg and bacon rolls. For lunch, I don't know if I'm in focus, so I'll come around here. For lunch, I'm thinking about just doing some little pizza things on muffins. And if I really feel like it, I want to show you as a stir fry, just with some really simple ingredients I got from Coles this morning. But there's nothing special about them. It's only broccoli and cauliflower and things like that. But it's just these little packaging things that you get them in now. So what I mean by that is reverting back to the motorbike rides. What I'm going to show you later on, if I get a chance to do it, see how my day goes, is show you these little packaging things that you can take with you and do a simple, really tasty meal. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, I'm going to go and butter some rolls. I'll look after this once I've built the egg and bacons somewhere along the line. Today, I'll get back to you and we'll share this shitty day together. Cheers. That was quick, guys, wasn't it? All cooked up, as you can see. Yeah, gonna build a bit of an egg and bacon roll. For Jessie, Jake and myself. Melissa's already had breakfast. The old debate, whether you turn the egg or you don't turn the egg. Who likes it runny, who doesn't? Well, doesn't worry me either way. But what we've got here is one plain egg and bacon roll. Jake and myself. We're going to go the tasty cheese and a bit of spring onion. Gourmet style. So, yeah, pretty simple stuff. As I said outside when I was cooking the bacon, and I was out on the hot plate, it's a pretty dreary old day here in Sunbury, and there's not a lot we can do, so haven't made a video for a while, so we might just have a little bit of a play around today, starting with breakfast. Do some lunch later, might even do some dinner, have a few beers, watch a bit of TV, talk a bit of shit, and see what we can put together as a video. So, none of us have sauce on our egg and bacons. I really don't like it. I really don't like it when people barbecue sauce on. Sometimes I go to a cafe type place when I'm working, go and get an egg and bacon roll, and I don't know, tomato sauce and barbecue sauce on an egg and bacon is just not my thing. I think it stands well enough on its own without the condiments of sauces, but that's just me. Anyway, they're done. I'm going to get it in my mush and have my cup of coffee, and I'll catch you later on today. Catch you. Back again. All the dishes are done. Had brekkie. Rig's nice and clean. Give the old plate a bit of a clean because we'll be using that later on. The dreaded soups. 2 left. Yes. I was just going to bring you back for a sec. I don't know if you can see this. But we go to the old thermometer. I've just got to put the old put the old second lenses on. I can't see. So, if we come in there nice and close, what's that saying? That's saying it's what, about, I'll go have a look. Got to get it down, but guys, 5, 6, about 6, 7 degrees. Very cold. Anyway, as I said, just going to bullshit on a bit today. I didn't show you the new addition to the petrol Bowser, whatever you want to call it. I had this old Peter sign that I picked up for 50 bucks a long time ago, and it was just sitting on the ground, actually getting a bit more damage than what it already is. But yeah, I reckon it looks alright there. So that's just a little project out the way. I am going to do something with this old fridge down the track, so I might get you on board for that. We're going to paint that red and white and turn him into a Coca-Cola fridge. I've been saying that now for quite some time. So anyway, I don't show you this part of the house much. There's the old workbench. A few projects on the go there. Old pot belly, that's got to go up to the farm. So there you go. Anyway, I suppose I better get the pot belly lit in the garage, because as I said, it's about 6, 7 degrees out here and it's freezing, and it's not much better in the garage, and that's where we're going to spend most of our day today. So I'll chop some kindling up and I'll get the fire on the go and get you back soon. Doesn't always split the way you want it to. That was a good one. I forgot to get fire lighters. Looks like I'm going for a drive down the shop. That was the one thing I was supposed to get this morning when I went to the bloody shop. Oh well. Looks like I'm going down again. It's a necessity. Beautiful. You get one more? No. Not quite. We've got to go down the shop and get some fire lighters. I've just turned the camera back on again. Look what I found inside. I have to admit, my wife's an absolute champion. We spoke about this yesterday. She must have went out and got some. Saved me a trip going down the street in this cold. So, we go back to lighting the fire. It's nice and warm out here. I tell you, the air is very icy. So, put a few blocks in here today because I don't want it to go out. Plus the wood's a little bit damp because I've been getting it during the week. The side of the road and wherever I can get it on my travels. It's just been raining so much. It's a little bit damp, so we require some help. Anyway, I'll get this started and I'll get you back. Here we go. Firelighter's in. Fire's going. The old hinge broke off the top, so I just rest him on there. As you can see, very dangerous. I've got to sort that out sooner rather than later. Anyway, time to flick some switches. Got to make it a bit homey out here. I'm a bit pissed off because my Harley Davidson light, I think the transformers had the gong. I'm just trying to find the plug, guys. So see, it wants to go and it's going now, but it will. See, you'll see later on when you're watching the video, it probably won't be on. And it's actually got an American converter because it's from America, that light, and they have different voltage to us, and it converts it. But you can get them changed to reflect 240 volt over here, but I think it's about $180. So I'll just wait until I really need to do it. Actually, talking about that, I actually had it done to this one here, the Corona light, because silly me, when I bought it off the guy, which was the same time as I got the Harley Davidson one, I didn't get a transformer with this one, so I tried the transformer from that one and I blew it up. So I was forced to take it to the Neon place and get a Aussie made transformer, which is already 240 volt, and haven't had any trouble with it. So I'm gonna have to go back to the same guy and get that done when I can. And there's a couple of other things I've got to do. This one up here, that lights up. It hasn't lit up for a long time. So I've got to get some globes. Oh, most important, guys, is the bloody fridge. Get that bloody cheese out the way. What we might have to do, put all the cold ones off to the right. I've already spoken with my older son today, and we are going to have a little bit of a session out here. So we'll do some reloading in a minute. Put another dozen off to the left. Oh, keep them straight. Labels to the front, always. So I'll restack that in a minute and get some more in there. And come back to you with some other shit to talk about today. We're all going to become best friends today, I think. G'day guys, back again. What are we going to do now? It's a bit early for lunch, so I just wanted to take the opportunity to have a little bit of a talk to you about some of the things I've been getting up to and buying. And as I said, there's not much I can do right now with this COVID-19 situation, this stage 4 lockdown. I hate to keep mentioning it, but I've been racking my brains to see if I can come up with some ideas and talk to you about different things. And I'm going to talk to you today about some intentions. But first off, tree on the roof, the branch goes bang, bang in the wind. It's nice and toasty in here now, the heater's working well. I pulled the roller door down. There's a real draft coming in there. So I've showed you this before because I've cooked. I've been talking about camp cooking and the bikes and all that, so what I'm going to do for starters is make myself a cup of coffee while I talk to you about a few things. So I'm going to use the stuff I would use if I was out in the bush, which I am not. I think we'll change the segment from Holmeseys camp cooking to cooking with Holmesy at home or something like that, because I really haven't had a good go at getting out and about and showing you the stuff I want to do. So yeah, we'll make a cup of coffee, and there's a couple of things here I want to talk to you about. Just let me get this sort of thing on the go. So that's my little burner. I'm just going to prop that on top there because I'm going to fill up with water and the cup won't sit on there. That little gauze mat there, I think you get it for about $10, $15, something like that. From Mark Victor over at Biker Bits. So if you want to look at motorbike camp equipment and tents and bits and pieces, he's got a whole heap of stuff on his website, and you can check it out, and it's all sort of leans towards the biker and a bit of camping while you're out on your motorbike. So hence why I've got the cup. Keep on keeping on. Thanks, Mark, and thanks for your videos. I love watching them Tuesday night. It's one of the things that I look forward to after I have my dinner, and see what you're up to. So thank you very much for that. Right, let's set him on there. Probably going to take a while. I actually haven't heated up a cup of water on this gauze mat with this stove before, because as I showed you in one of my other little videos, this is my bag of goodies that I take on the motorbike. We'll have a little bit of a chat about that. And this is what I used to use when I go out there, and I didn't mind it. That screws on there like so, because it's pretty compact, as that one is too, really. I'm not worried about the weight and stuff. But the thing that I didn't like about this one, I'll show you, I'll come close, is that it didn't have a very big base on the top. And when you put a frying pan on there, it wobbles, and that, even with that gauze thing, I didn't really like it. Whereas this one, it's got a much bigger footprint to put your pot on, or your frying pan. And like I said, if I put a cup on there, I just use the gauze thing and it'll work the same. That's enough of that. Making a cup of coffee. Now I wanted to talk to you, while I've been in hibernation under the COVID stage 4 lockdown stuff, I've been obviously going to the supermarket quite a lot to get my food and things, and watching out what's new in the supermarket. But I've also been watching a bit of YouTube myself, and I've been watching other people's channels. So that's what I want to talk to you about. I've actually bought some new additions. Things that I haven't seen before, or used before, or had before, if that makes sense. So I've been watching Scotty's Gone Walkabout. He's a hiker, and he's got a YouTube channel and a big following. And he obviously goes out hiking by himself, backpack style, looking at weight and what he can carry, and all the things that you kind of want to reduce in size when you're going out, whether it be hiking, motorbike riding, or however you go camping without a camper or assistance from a large vehicle like so anyway, on his show, he got me onto this. So I went and bought one off eBay. It was about $50. So when I go out and cook out in the bush, you've only got one burner, and sometimes I don't even use that. I'll use the fire. And this is what this is. They come in stainless steel, but they also come in titanium. And what I like about it is it does come in that little bag. At this point I'm going to keep this bag, so when I do cook on it, and I haven't tried it yet, I'm dying to try it, is if it's a little bit messy or something and I can't quite clean it up for whatever reason, I'll stick it back in the bag, and then it won't dirty the nice cover that it comes in. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to using that. That's just a little bit of titanium crisscrossed there. It's very strong. Got a support bar there. Basically get your bed of coals, a couple of little rocks. You know, you want to get it off the coals, probably yay high. I mainly want that is because when I go out for an overnighter or a couple of nights on the bike, generally the first night I will have a steak, because you can freeze it, put it in your little cooler bag with an ice pack, ride all day long, whether you get into camp 5, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock late. It's generally defrosted, or it's defrosted enough that you can cook it. Good to you if it is a bit harder, because maybe you'll use it the second night, but I generally use it the first night. I'd like to put a steak on that. So there's usually always a fire going, so that's not a problem. And the burner, I've got a stainless steel frying pan where I would throw some potatoes in and some veggies and whatnot. Which leads me to my next part of the conversation. I'm going to make a stir fry probably tonight. I might make it when my wife comes home from work. She's working again. She's absolutely terrific. My wife, she's getting out there and she's earning the money. She works in a distribution centre to the supermarket. So there's a big demand for her to be at work at the moment. So bring home the bucks while I stay home and make videos, I say. So yeah. So generally a steak the first night, getting back to what I was talking about. But then I went into talking about stir fry, which I'll do later on. Now what I really have come across in the supermarket is, and this is what I like, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about, and this is the sort of thing you're going to see when I eventually get that new KTM in about 2-3 weeks time. And hopefully by that time, maybe the Premier Daniel Andrews will let us get out a little bit. So these are $2. Now whether you choose to eat them all in one night, you get a different variety. And what I like about these are just fresh veggies. Hold them up. They're $2 a bag. I don't know if you can see that because I'm the lone survivor. They're $2 a bag. So all I've got here is broccoli and cauliflower. The other one's got carrots and green beans, and you can get all sorts of mixed veggies, sweet potato or whatever. So that would be a good thing. Fry up in a frying pan with some sweet potato, steak. I tend to make a little bit of gravy, and you've got a fantastic meal. Doesn't need refrigeration. So long as you keep this cool, this is going to go 2-3 nights easy, and you're going to get your vitamins. Now that's something new. I know Coles have had them for a little while now, but yeah. And you don't have to go down that road. If you've already got a whole lot of veggies in your fridge and your crisper, break off a couple of little bits of your broccoli, your cauliflower, cut up a bit of carrot, sweet potato, or whatever you've got. Bring a potato with you, snap lock bag, that you'll go days without having to worry about refrigeration. So you're only worrying about your meat, and that's where your ice packs come in. I intend to lean towards red meats because the longevity of them and them going off is far less than if you take chicken out there. So much as we all like chicken, I don't know anyone that doesn't really like chicken. You've got to be a bit careful with that one. Even if you freeze it, you kind of got to, you don't want that being there too long. Now, going back to the stir fry I'm talking about later on, and I won't harp on it, what I plan to do is put them in a frying pan and give them a bit of a cook off with some olive oil later. Now that's another great thing you can take motorbike camp cooking overnight is these noodles here. What I would generally do if I'm doing the stir fry is take a packet of those, take a snap lock bag full of your fresh veggies that you plan to eat. I take a thermos and I usually fill it up with hot water from home. I've got a really good one. It stays hot for about 18 hours, and it doesn't matter, you can always heat up a bit more if you need to. I generally have a thermos that's got hot water in it. So what I would do is, I would cook my veggies up and get them cooked up to how I like to eat them. You don't need to start up the burner, because all you do is you take your hot water from your thermos. I've got a bowl there. I've got my camp bag next to me. I've got a pot there. Break them up, put them in there, pour hot water over them while your veggies are cooking. Put a lid on there, just like your 2-minute noodles. When you're ready for them, then drain them, put them into your hot pan, put over your sauces, whatever you're going to have. Cook your steak, slice it up, whack it in the pan after, mix it all up. You've got yourself a really good stir fry. So later on tonight, I'll probably demonstrate what I'm talking about there. But because I am at home and I do have refrigeration, I will do it with chicken tonight, because I know my wife likes chicken very much, and as I said, she's working today, so I want to make her a really yummy meal. Hang 5, my water's boiling. So I'll turn him off. These are another thing. If you haven't got onto these things, and I reckon almost everyone has, these are those little Nescafe. You can get them in cappuccino or latte or hazelnut, whatever you like as far as flavour, because these already have milk powder in them, and you don't need to take milk with you, especially if you're just going for a bit of a ride by yourself and you like to have a cup of coffee and a bit of smoko somewhere on the side. Now that handle's probably red hot. It is. So that's alright. We're just going to get him in there. Pour him in. Stir him up. Bear with me. Got to get my cuppa right. Yeah, so camp cooking, eating out in the bush, drinking out in the bush, making cups of coffee and things like that has all gotten real easy with the way the supermarkets have brought in stuff. Bear with me, I just need, that's what I need. I want to just take this pot, off the hot gauze so the handle cools down a little bit. Generally I would heat up the pot, but I just thought I'd do it like that today. Anyway, where were we? We've done the broccoli, we've done the noodles, we're going to possibly do a stir fry later on tonight. This is another one I came across in the supermarket, and I'm going to try this tonight. I've heard it's really good. It's a spicy cashew dukkha. I hope I've pronounced that right. And that's got various spices in it. Great to use with chicken, veggies, lamb and dips. It's a nut spice blended. So I'm a real, I really like exploring the spices aisle when I go to the supermarket. You know, the Middle Eastern countries and stuff have been using various spices for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, we've got our spices here too. We have our rosemary and all those sorts of things that are stock standard on lampposts and stuff here, but some of these Middle Eastern spices that you can get now, and you mix and match them, it's just fantastic. And I don't know a lot about them, but I do know when I go there and I see something, I want to try that on or give it a taste, and sometimes you get a win and you get a real good one. And this is one I plan to use tonight. Spicy cashew dukkha. You can get a bush one of this too, which has got all sort of the Australian herbs and spices. So I think there's about 3 different ones, so that's a good one to carry. Right, rambling on here, Mark. So I started off this conversation with, I'm getting a bit lost. I started off with this conversation a little bit talking about this, so that's that part of it. I think I've done the cooking part now. I can only do a bit of cooking for you later on, which I'm going to do. But watching the YouTube and Scotty's Gone Walkabout, he had a real good one of these in his backpack, which is a bloody ripper because my bag's sitting next to me. I won't get up and show you with all my camp gear in there, which goes on my bike, but bloody ripper. Bloody ripper. I used it the other day just to try it. It's got some substantial teeth on it, and yeah, basically cutting through logs, fantastic. It's got some fairly aggressive teeth, so, and I think I paid about $58 for that off eBay. So, isolation buy. Can't wait to use it when I go out in the bush in the kit. Now what I also didn't have, and in my boredom, looking on eBay while I'm sitting in the garage, is a little pocket knife. That was a handy little buy. $14. It's bloody razor sharp, because I know that for a fact. Because when I bought it and I took it out of the box, and I went to open it up, bloody Mark cut himself, didn't he? Slashed his finger right down there. So yeah, I've got to be a bit careful with it, but you know, I haven't had a pocket knife since I was a kid. I had like a little Swiss Army, so I actually thought this was going to be a bit bigger. I didn't read the measurements or anything. Not bad, you know, if you want to cut a stick or something and make a bit of a notch in something, or you could even use it to cut your steak or whatever. It's got a clip on there if you want to put it on your belt. No, it's something I'll do, but yeah, so that's a little purchase while I've been in isolation. One more thing, these tent pegs. I was in the hardware some weeks ago getting something for work, and they had like a $2 bargain bin. And I remember when I went motorbike riding, or the last trip I did on the KTM that I spoke about where I did 1,000 kilometres, is I used the tent for the first time, and it was kind of, wasn't just a sandy ground, it was sort of mud sand mixture, but it was soft when you drive a peg in. Hello there, back again. I've made a start on the pizzas. You want to come in, Melissa? You don't need to watch me. All I've basically done is got some, what are they? Here we are. Tip-top muffins. I didn't use them, there's 6 in there, but they're already cut in half. Put your favourite tomato paste, mozzarella cheese. Now, less is more. When you're making pizzas or pizza bites or a proper pizza, people just load the heck out of them and it becomes too much. They don't cook well. So, it's a thin layer of cheese. There's a tiny little bit of ham on that. I've put some salami. I'm now putting some onion on. I'm going to put pineapple on because this family likes pineapple. I know a lot of people don't like the pineapple with pizza, and I've had this conversation in past videos I've done, but it's your choice. You put on it what you like, but you don't put lots of one thing because it just loads them up and they don't cook. And the next tip I would recommend to people is that once you've put all your toppings on, everyone does it. Don't put another layer of cheese on top to have it all melted over and beautiful, because all you're doing is preventing the ham and the salami and the meat-based toppings. You're stopping them from getting crisp and browned and cooked by putting that film of cheese over the top. Cheese belongs on the bottom. Okay? So, whoops. We'll just put this last little bit of onion on. And then we're going to go a bit of pineapple. And that's it. We're going to leave it then. And we're going to put them in the pizza oven. Just all around, make sure everything gets a little bit of a pineapple. Now what I'm going to do here is, because I've only just put the pizza oven on, I'm going to put them a little bit in, for a short time I should say, just to get the buns that they're on a little bit crispy. And then I'm going to grill them underneath my griller outside, because like I said, I want those tops to get cooked and not have a half cooked pizza. A little bit of water in there. I put a little bit of water in there because at the moment I noticed when I did the dishes this morning, a couple of little ants hanging around. Follow me, Melissa, please. So normally I put capsicum and all sorts of stuff there. Like I said, I don't want them loaded up because they just don't cook properly. What we're going to do is whack them in the old pizza oven. I put them in there for about 5 minutes. Put a couple of garlic breads in there. I'm going to turn on this griller now, because once I'm satisfied that the actual muffin is cooked enough, I'm going to finish them off in there to do the meat, and I'm going to get that nice top, what I'm talking about, and then we'll have a bit of lunch. Catch you later. Rightio. Yep. As you can see, they've already started cooking on the top. And I'm going to finish them off just under the griller, because I want them a bit more crispy on top than they are. Now I can move that up a little bit, get them a bit closer to the element, and when I get them ready, I'll get you back. Rightio, back again. I've turned off the griller. Come on over, Melissa. Nice and close. That's the effect I was after, guys. So, come in close. It's all right. I don't need to be in the scene. Nobody really wants to see me. Just gonna get them off. Right. I should have maybe put a bit of capsicum on there just to add a bit of colour. All good. I'll get eaten. Don't worry about that. Keep it running. Get that later. I've turned, check the gas model. Yep, that's off. That's off. Get that. Not a bad little lunch, is it? Over there. Ooh, we got a little bit toasty. There you go. YouTube mistake. I won't hide it. Come in and have a look. We'll still eat it. There you go. I do make mistakes. Oh shit, that one got done too. Well, there you go. Went a bit hard there. Well, bottom's alright. That's not too bad. We'll discard those. You can have a look if you want. Got a little bit toasty. That's alright. Too fussed there. That's all. And I present to you lunch. We're going to go in the shed. We're going to go and have a beer. Go and enjoy lunch. And We're going to do a start test on the motorbikes to see which one's shit and which one's good. Get back to you soon.
Even with the first hash line,
There's the pizzas, Jake.
really high-speed off-road stuff, maybe plus with the cap.
Top notch. What do you reckon, Jess?
So we're at that first line, right below the cap. And just by
Not a bad Sunday, Saturday I should say.
change,
We're already getting to Sunday, we don't want that.
night and day in terms of stability.
Yeah, just chilling out, having a bit of lunch.
I was just
Time for a beer. Later on we've had lunch.
So
We'll, these bikes haven't been started for a little while, so we'll see which one starts and which one doesn't, and whichever one doesn't shit and which do are good. Just
another project, and so they were kind of helping me sort through this.
watching a bit of YouTube as we speak. The sun's come out outside. So anyway, I'll get to my nice cold beer and have a few more of these lovely little pizza bites. And then we'll start our equipment and see who's got the better bike. See you soon. Rightio, YouTubers. This is the time to find out which is the ultimate machine in the garage. Will it be the Yamaha? Will it be the Honda? Or will it be the KTM? What we're going to do here, these bikes have been sitting here for a little bit of time now, and we're going to see which one starts first and which one wins the start test. Now, we have two fuel injected bikes here and one old carburetor model. Who wants to go first?
Yeah.
Rightio. The aim of the game is you've got to start it, and it's got to run for 10 seconds without any aid. Rightio, take it away.
Cut that.
Cut! Rightio. He's had his day in the sun.
Battery went flat.
Yeah. I'll give the old Honda a couple of pumps. Like I said, she's not fuel injected. Now I've got to hold the clutch in on this, otherwise it won't start. This is part of the Honda starting procedure. This one's my bike. Well, pressure's on, young fella. Away you go. 2014. Well, there's a clear winner here. There's a clear winner here. First prize goes to Dad and his Honda. Thank you very much. I get the glory. Got a KTM coming in 2 weeks. Want another try, Jake, or?
Nah, right.
You don't want to embarrass yourself anymore. I know what it's like, mate. I know what it's like. No, I really don't know what it's like because all my shit works.
Get us around out of your slab, mate.
What was that?
Get us around out of that slab.
No worries. Just a little bit of fun, guys. We'll piss off now. He was a little bit embarrassed, so he wanted to see if it would start, and it does. You finally made your point.
I wasn't supposed to start before.
Oh, you hit that little switch that made it so it wouldn't start. Okay.
Yeah. No.
So he's just flicked that special switch to make it start. All right.
Well, I didn't turn the key on.
Cheers, guys. Okay, I thought we were pissing off. New challenge has been set. 2 of these bikes have Kickstarters. That would be the Yamaha and the Honda. So Jake's going to wheel his out into the open there. And they've both been started now, so...
We're going to do it the old school way.
You're going to do it the old school way, he reckons. So I think I've only ever kicked mine once, because obviously it's electric start and the battery went flat only a little time ago. So anyway...
Well, there's so embarrassing yourself.
Rightio, I'll wheel mine out now and see how I go. Rightio. What words do I say? Excellent! And that's just a bit of fun. Trying to keep it straight, mate.
Hold on, let me say that one, get another one.
That was a piss poor effort. Bloody Yamahas. Somebody put wet wood in the fire. It's smoking.
That's one with the story.
Bloody big kids. What else do you do on a COVID-19 stage 4 Saturday afternoon?
Oh, I got both ones here.
Bloody beautiful. Welcome back, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Now it's time to get towards the end of today's video segment. So as I said, I'd fire up and do a bit of a stir fry. So I think I got my fire just about right. I don't want to go too quick. So on goes the pan. So that should heat up pretty quickly. Yeah, I can already feel that. Bit of olive oil. Gonna go straight to the back because the old Oz pig's on a bit of a lean. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to cook off some diced chicken first, round it up, get it sort of pretty much cooked. Then we'll take that out and then we'll throw the veggies in, and that'll go back in later just for a little bit extra. So let's get that in. And when we jump back off the video, I'll give that a wash so I can put the chicken back in there. It's actually raining a bit outside, you might be able to hear it. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to get that happening. Now, the Duca spicy cashew mix. Great with chicken, veggies, lamb or dips. I've already, I love the spices, I've told you about that. I've already cut the bag open inside. What we'll do is give everything a little bit of a season. Beautiful. So the plan of attack is, we'll do this, as I said, we'll brown that off, get that not quite cooked but just about there because it's got to go back in. We'll take that out of there and transfer it back in. I'll give that a clean. As I showed you earlier on in the day, come over into the light, that was those packets of veggies, but I've also thrown in some Spanish onion, bit of red capsicum, everything else was the same, I think. So the idea of that is, and I've just diced up some of those carrots and the broccoli and that a little bit smaller. Yeah, and that'll go in, and we'll fry that off. And then once I'm happy that the veggies are just about cooked, we'll throw the chicken back in, we'll give it a bit of a mix up. And we're going to throw in the old Maggi oyster sauce. Just a little bit, like a, I don't know, say 40, 50 ml, just enough so it glazes the entire dish. And once we've done that, we'll throw a few more sesame seeds over the top. And right at the very end, I'll throw in a bit of spring onion, and we should be good to eat. Hang on a minute, I've got something. While this is all happening, I've got these 2-minute noodle type things. When I finish cooking the chicken, I've got the thermos of hot water. I'm going to pour that into the bowl. I'm going to put the noodles in there. They can do their thing and soak and get hot and become the noodles we want to eat. And when I put the chicken back in, I'll then put the noodles in, fry the sauce, we'll give it all a mix in, we'll make it all come together. You'll see when I do it, and I'll get you back for that. So right now, I'll leave you for the moment. I'll brown this chicken off, get this how I want, and I'll get you back when I put the veggies in. See you shortly. Welcome back, guys. What I've done is I've just used the old egg flipper and actually made that a bit smaller. Some of these nice pieces were a bit big, but that's no longer translucent, so it's cooked. So what we're going to do now is we'll transfer the chicken to here, as I said. Smells quite nice actually with that spice. I haven't used that spice. I picked that up off another YouTube channel the other day, so hopefully it all works out. Now, you want all this stuff, that's all goodness. So what we'll do is, we'll park that off to the side there, just underneath, it'll keep it warm. And we'll put our mixed veggies in there. Get these to soften up. Almost the perfect pan for it. Just sprinkle a bit more olive oil over that. That'll help the cooking process and help break the veggies down a little bit. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of smoke in my eyes here. Got a bit darker than I thought. It's dark quickly now. Hello. And I hooked up one of those head torches above to give us a bit of light so you can see what's going on. I did that while the chicken was cooking off. I'll open the door, get a bit more flame. I want a bit more heat in that. So as I said before, what we'll do is, while that's happening, because it's always a bit of a guess when you're cooking over an open flame, timing can get quite difficult. So we're going to go and do that. Now, that amount of veggies, you might need 3 of these. And I might even do a 3rd one yet. Let's see. These noodles swell up and can become quite large. So what we're going to do there is do that. As I said, I boiled some water before. This is what I would do if I was out camping on my motorbike. I'd have a thermos of water already ready to go. And it's just these little tricks that sort of save you a bit of time. Of course, I wouldn't, I'll pour it all in there. I wouldn't have this amount if it was just me, but everybody's going to probably have a bit of a go tonight, a taste anyway. There's some other stuff going on in the background there. Yeah, so we'll keep going. That's good. Now it's starting to fire up. Now the veggies need to be seasoned, so now's as good a time as any. Give it a bit more. Smells amazing. Oh yeah. So what we'll do is, I'm glad I put the noodles in there. Well, I actually might, when I leave these in a minute, I'll go and warm up the kettle and dunk a bit more water in there. It soaks it up. They can just sit there, get nice and soft. This now needs to all break down so it's not quite so crunchy, and it depends on how you like it. In a restaurant, you actually, proper chefs, they usually leave their veggies quite hard and that, and I don't want them falling to bits, you don't want them soft. I sort of want them about in between. So that's looking good. Chicken will go in later. We'll add some sauces and some seeds and some little bit of other stuff, mix it all up. I told the good wife to get some bowls ready. I reckon in about another 10-15 we'll be very close to eating. Holmeseys stir fry. Camp style at home. I'll get you back soon. Hey, we're back. That one goes in that end. Looking really good here, guys. Broken down a lot. I don't want to burn the shit out of them. But I actually do, at the same time, want a bit of that char in places. So, anyway, back in with the chicken. Hold the big bowl here. I'll tell you what, this pan is absolutely spot on for this dish. and it sits on the top of this really nice. Actually, the only thing that would improve it would be if it had a bit of wood on the end, because I don't want to make the mistake. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to make the mistake of it going over or touching it and burning yourself. So that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab some of that. Look at that. Drain it off. A little bit of water won't matter. So I'm going to give everything a bit of moisture. I'm just going to try and separate it a little bit. I think I didn't go a third one. I only went to two, which has worked out I think fine. Happy with that. What I'll do is, because I'll just put the noodles in, I'm just going to give them a little bit of a spice as well. This is not a hot spice. Had a little bit on the tongue before, it's just quite nice. Now we'll grab our tongs. Back to this. And now we want to incorporate it all. And we'll do something else in a minute. It'll just hang fine while I mix this in. So as you can see, you get at least adults. You probably get 2, maybe 3 getting the feed out of this. As I said, if I was on my motorbike, I would have only had half of what I put those in there. They get a bit of a wash. Bit of spring onion. Oil. A few seeds, sesame seeds. Now, the trick is, you don't go a whole bottle of this, just get it that it glazes it. Pretty thick. I've had it near the fire there. You can always add more, but you can't take it out once it's in. So we'll go with that. Back to my tongs. I reckon it's going to probably need a bit more, but I'll act on the side of caution. It's been actually quite good today. Always banging on about canned cooking or doing some sort of cooking for you. This is not out of a, well, it's not primary out of a packet. It's actually been fair dinkum cooked, not out of a tin, straight out of the packet. Now what you could do, and I haven't tried it, and I'll do another run down the track, rather than use these sort of 2-minute noodles, you probably could, again, when you camp cooking, or you're on your motorbike specifically, you can buy like jasmine rice and that already boiled in like little cup containers. Maybe whack 2 of those in instead of noodles, and you'd probably find that would be quite nice too. And I might do that next time, but I'll do one with beef and see how that goes. Half the time I'm winging this shit. I just watch what other people are doing. I'm no chef or cook. I mean, I have no background in cooking whatsoever. I just like having a bit of a play. I know I like eating food. Alright, I reckon we're pretty much spot on. Whoop, nearly lost all the good stuff over the side. There you go. That there looks pretty good to me. I'll serve up a bowl. While I've got you here. Yep, I'll tease out. I'll try and get a little bit of everything. Get your chicken. Then you get there. I don't want to be eat. Just want to get some of those veggies. There we go, a bit of broccoli. Chicken. Use my finger, get it in there. Beans. Bit of onion. Put that back in the water. And I haven't got a bloody fork. Shut her off, I'll go and get a fork. Been inside, got the fork. I've taken the food off the flame and I've just put it over in the pan on the barbecue thing over there. The other guys will, the other members of the family will hook in a minute. I was going to hang off, but I'm actually impressed, right? I'm very impressed. Bloody beautiful. That is really, really nice. Boys, grab yourself a bowl there. There's one. Go and get yourself a fork. There's the tongs, just leave it in the pan. Just grab yourself a little bit. I'll be very surprised if you don't like that. Tell your bum to grab herself some. I'm going to enjoy eating the rest of that. Sorry for talking with my mouth full. That is absolutely delicious. I know I haven't done that before. I mean, I've had stir fries and fried bits and pieces, but not like that open on the fire. Using various different things. That's a keeper. I'll definitely be doing that out on the bike. Smaller portion, smaller frying pan, but that is bloody beautiful. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me again today. It's been a big day. We started off with brekkie, we did a bit of lunch and did a little bit of stuff in between. Now I've had tea. I'm going to kick back with the boys in the garage and watch some DVD or some YouTube, have a beer, enjoy my meal, and it's been fantastic having you again for the day. I've enjoyed today. Again, if you like what you saw today, please subscribe. Hit the like button, and as I always say, I'll keep going, and as soon as this COVID goes away, we are going to be jumping into spring shortly. The weather's going to start coming good. We'll do some fantastic stuff. The KTM 790R's coming. Stay tuned. Bye for now.